Welcome to Life to Live. We are a newly retired couple living in Ontario, Canada. We hope you enjoy coming along with us every month as we post what we have been up to on our homestead. The first few days of October were busy as I collected everything left in the garden. On the 3rd was the first frost warning, and it was not too much later that we did get hit. I collected all my ripe tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and green tomatoes. I brought in the cobs of corn that were on the deck and took the kernels off for seed. I dried them a little bit in the dehydrator. I brought in the basil and the parsley. I dug the sweet potatoes and the red potatoes. I did not have a good crop of either, but this is not where I wanted to plant them last spring, but the garden spot was not prepared yet. They will be planted in the big garden next year. I then dug my carrots. This is a couple of pictures taken the first week of October of the changing trees from our backyard. I harvested the cabbage. I chopped up a head of cabbage and fermented it. I made another batch of spaghetti sauce. The recipe for this will be in the first comment below. It is pumpkin pecan cobbler. I used a small pumpkin from our garden. It was delicious. I picked the sunflowers and dug up the garlic. These beautiful sunset pictures were taken from our veranda. We are taking the pig to the butcher shop. Hubby made a box out of pig panels from an old pig pen in a barn. It was too dark when we started to video, but we put the box down on the ground in front of the pig pen gate and opened it in so the pig could walk right in. We then lifted it onto the float with the backhoe. We put a tarp around the box so the pig would not be cold or scared. The pig left yesterday, so we are going to clean out his pen today. I'm going to scoop out the water as much as I can before I try to dump this, because I've tried to dump it and it's much too heavy for my poor back. So I will scoop some water out and then dump this out and take this tub away. The straw that was on the outside, I raked up most of it and put it in the wheelbarrow for mulching my strawberries, putting over my strawberries and stuff for the winter. I also have this bag full of straw. I tried to lift it, but it's too heavy too, so my husband will bring it up In the tractor bucket, I will use it to put over the perennials and the strawberries and the rose bushes or anything else that I think I need to cover for the winter. Also, this is the compost pile, which is growing, which I hope to be able to use next spring. We are making good progress on the turkey house. We have got all three sides done and one more side to cut off, as you can see here, and cut the steel off as well. And then we will be able to carry it over and put it on the base that we have made out of steel. Because it was a tree house, it wasn't tall enough, so we had to build a base for the bottom to bring it up high enough that we could put a full-size door in it and we could go in and tend the turkeys. So here is the base. Cleaned up some work mess that was here. All the stuff here that's going to be put into the shed for the winter. Put those tomato cages in here, and all the chicken and turkey and pig supplies for next year will be in here. I thought this quote fit well here. So the water hose needs to be unfastened here, but hubby has put it on, and what hubby puts on is very hard to get off. I've had men tell him that, so it's not just me. So I will have to try to get this undone or wait for him to undo it, and then we will drain the hose and fold it up. I also have got all the gardens out and got them semi-worked up. Here is the straw that I brought up from around the pig pen. One thing on the homestead is use everything that you've got. Nothing can be wasted. This will cover the strawberries and the poppies and the rose bushes, which are over there by the chimney. And I will also put some on the perennials that I think may need it for the winter months. Everything is off the deck except for the picnic table, which I will leave there. I usually just turn it up sideways along the edge, but I am hoping to smoke some bacon after we get our pig back, so I may want to use the table in the meantime. Here is some more stuff ready to go down to the shed to be put away for the winter. Oh, hubby's coveralls are washed and on the line. Here's all the chairs off the deck, plus all the other stuff that I am going to take down in the basement. Also, I have taken out the flowers at the end of the house because they were hit with the frost. So I've turned the pots up so that the water doesn't get in them and freeze and break. The veranda is the last thing to be put away because we love to come out here and sit even in the cool fall days or evenings. I have got all my pumpkins on the veranda, all my geraniums that I dug up and put in pots, my mums because of the frost. But my mums are going to be planted in the front flower bed here, where I had two previously and they didn't make it this year. So They are going to be put here in this spot in front of this bush. I'm also going to transplant some perennials from one bed to another bed and get rid of some weeds that have grown. I made an arrangement for Thanksgiving from plants that are still living in my flower beds. On October the 15th, we got our pork back from the butcher. It was 183 pounds. We had 37 packages of 2 pork chops, 23 packages of 1 pound bulk sausage, 10 leg of pork roast, approximately 3 pounds each, 2 tenderloins, 2 spare ribs, 17.5 pounds of bacon, 4 pounds of leaf fat, and a lot of back fat that I haven't weighed yet. The pig cost us $80 to purchase. The feed was $354.25, plus the cost for the butchering, cutting, and wrapping was $235.51, which made a total of $669.76, which was $3.66 a pound. I cured a couple slabs of bacon. I put it in a large bag with salt, pepper, and sugar. This is my bacon after I smoked it. It is time to render the lard. This is a package of the inner or leaf fat that I had the butcher grind up. I put it into the fridge to get cold and then chopped it into small pieces. I put it in the crock pot with about 1/4 cup of water on low for about 2 hours per pound. I strained it into jars and sealed it with the lid. It has cooled now and turned solid. I made my first pie crust using my own lard, and it was very delicious. The kitchen is starting to look like a flower shop. I had to bring the geraniums inside. I am mincing up my garlic. I froze some, and the garlic that I put in the refrigerator I just covered with olive oil to preserve. I did some research about processing my flaxseed, and this is what I read. As a general rule, flaxseed is harvested when approximately 90% of the seed heads have turned tan or gold and the seeds rattle in the pods, about 100 days after planting seeds. There will probably still be a few green leaves, and the plants may also have a few remaining blooms. Gather the stems into a bundle and secure them with a string and hang the bundle in a warm, well-ventilated room for several weeks or when the stems are completely dry. Remove the seeds from the pods, which is the most difficult part of the process. Mother Earth News advises putting a pillowcase over the top of the bundle, then rolling the heads with a rolling pin. Alternatively, you can lay the bundle on a driveway and drive over the pods with your car. Whichever method works for you is fine, even if there's another you find that works better. Pour the entire contents into a bowl, stand outdoors on a breezy but not windy day, and pour the contents from one bowl into another bowl. While the breeze blows away the chaff, repeat the process, working with one bundle at a time. I decided to try to break the flax seeds out of the pods with the rolling pin. You can see here a sample of the chaff and the seeds, which need to be separated. This is how much flax seed I got. Will I grow it again? Probably not. I covered the strawberries with mulch. The water hose has been put away. I put straw on the asparagus. The turkey house has been put on its base. We need to patch the steel on the overhang on the roof, and we will eventually cut out a full-size door. The cedar has been cut up for kindling and put in the woodshed. It is a nice feeling to know that the outside work is finished and we are now ready for winter. Thanks for watching our October ventures. Please hit the subscribe button and like this video. See you again next month for our next set of adventures.